Okay, so I really don't recommend this to most people. Look at your own situation. How can you benefit from this? Today, I'm going to talk about the reason that I left uni and my job to focus on trading full time. The reason I say that I don't recommend this to most people is because I wasn't yet consistent when I decided to quit my job and when I decided to quit uni. I just took a leap of faith, a shot in the dark. But that doesn't mean that this wasn't a thought out decision, and in this video I'm going to break down that thought out decision and give you the insights on why I decided to quit uni and job to trade full time. So let's get into it. I discovered trading in the first year of my uni degree, and I've said this a bunch of times, but I started with Forex Signals, I blew 2 accounts, and afterwards I decided to start learning. And as soon as I started learning and understanding a little bit more of the markets, I knew that this was the career path that I wanted to take. And that's why I decided to dedicate my life into becoming a professional trader. Huge upside potential and a risk that I'm willing to take. In life, it's all about risk reward, and I knew that from the beginning, and that's why I'm still here. Think about it. Every time you enter in the car to get to your destination, you are risking the possibility of an accident, you are risking the possibility of you dying in order to get to your destination. Like, it's always going to be risk reward. The probability is small, but still, it's a risk that you're willing to take for the reward of getting there quicker. I know this is a dramatic situation, but what I'm trying to say is that whatever you're doing, you're always accepting the risk for the reward. And trading is the exact same thing, no matter if it is the decision of you wanting to focus on trading or you actually trading and taking trades. I quit uni 2 years ago and my job half a year later, and this all around 1 year into my trading journey. Uni and my job were taking up to around 13 hours a day of my life, and when I started trading, I also decided that I was going to put a couple of hours in every single day and more on the weekends, obviously. I didn't have a social life, which to me wasn't that big of a problem because I was always very frugal and I always wanted to save money. So like going out was never really an option for me. It was never really an idea. My life was basically waking up at 5 a.m., forecasting and backtesting, going to my job, going to uni, going to the gym, and coming back home between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. And this over and over again. Looking back, I don't even think this was crazy and sustainable because I would just wake up, love to go to the charts, and then I would love to go to my job. And uni, it is what it is, going to uni. But I always really had an established routine, which was really great. And that's what made it not be unsustainable. But sustainability was not the reason that I decided to leave. After quitting uni, I finally had a lot of time, but I didn't dedicate it to trading. I actually dedicated it to working more hours. I was doing like 10, 11, 12-hour shifts without any problems. And in the weekends, I would do Uber Eats in order to increase my cash cushion to make me feel extremely comfortable. And uni was also increasing my debt by a lot, around £7,000 per year for something that I was not going to use, for a paper that to me, in my situation, is worthless. I do not want to do anything with it. The first thing I used this cushion for was paying my bills and my rent, and also paying for uni that decided to take off £2,000 from me personally, not even putting it into my debt, just because I decided to leave early. So that was an extra £2,000 burned from my own pocket.
This is fine.
Working these long hours was certainly not easy, but in a way I loved it because I knew that I was not working just to make money, but I was working on my career as a trader. At first, when I decided to go to the UK, I already knew that I wanted to save a lot of money, but just for the sake of it, and as soon as I quit uni, I knew that now I really want to save a lot of money in order to be able to go full time and focus on the career that I want to focus on. And then COVID hit and oh my dreams. Oh, my dreams. My saving goals absolutely shattered. Until I got a job offer at a testing center where I was working 12 hours a day. 2 days I would work and 2 days we would have off, making more money than ever. Like, seriously, let's put it into perspective. In Portugal, the minimum wage is £3 an hour. and I was making 9.5 pounds an hour. That's a 3x increase of the minimum wage here. Like, dude, I was living life. I swear to God. Like, when I was in the testing site, I was making a lot of money. The work wasn't intense. I had a heavy workload, but I could read. And I was doing that instead of staying home in quarantine. So that was absolutely great. It was really a blessing. Like, I'm very grateful to have had that job. Not only did it let me achieve the goal of the money that I wanted to have saved, but it also completely smashed it out of the park, which made me even more comfortable into going full-time trading. Okay, I didn't really quit. I actually got fired, but for reasons that I can't talk about in this video. But it was the last kick that I needed into going full-time. So in the 1st of July, I finally had my flight and I finally came back home to Portugal. And that was the reason that I was able to go full-time trading and not even needing a job. I had two options after quitting uni. I either could stay in the UK, work, pay a shit ton of taxes, pay my rent, pay my bills, pay for food, pay for everything, or coming back to Portugal, saving around 400 pounds per month by not having to pay rent, food, and so on, but while also kind of having the possibility of getting a job if I really needed to. Staying in the UK would make me have to work at least 45 hours per week for an end of the month return of around 500 pounds, which is not bad, but I can take those 45 hours a week and come back to Portugal not having to work those hours, but also being able to focus on trading, which long term is going to give me much better returns. So I made the decision to come back because it simply made sense. I'm very grateful to have this option on my table. Like, I know that it came from a lot of hard work from my part, but it also came from luck, from having a family that is financially stable and supports my journey in a way. But let's get into the main reasons that I decided to quit. The decision to go full-time was not because of sustainability, but actually because of focus. I could work, do uni, do this and that, go to the gym and trade. I could do that. I have 24 hours in a day, like I only need to sleep 8. But the thing is that it's a lot more probable for you to become very successful in one thing than becoming good at 100 things. I don't want to be a good trader. I want to be an amazing trader, the best trader that I know. And I know that that will only be possible if my focus is directed towards this goal of becoming an amazing trader. Of course, I also have other hobbies. You're watching this video. YouTube is a hobby of mine. I also like to surf. I also like to do MMA. I also like to go to the gym. I like to do a lot of other things, but at least 8 hours of my day are dedicated to the charts, are dedicated to learn to trade, working towards the goal of becoming an amazing trader. And that's why I don't diversify at all in my life. I don't diversify in stocks, I don't diversify in crypto, and I don't diversify in things that I want to become a professional at. I don't want to become a professional surfer. I don't want to become a professional MMA player. I don't want to become a bodybuilder. These are simply hobbies, something that I do for fun. While for trading, this is something that I take very seriously. And so just like any other professional in any other career path, they dedicate their life to doing it. It's risk, reward, once again. And that's why I decided to leave my job and to leave uni. Overall, my case was heavily favored into quitting uni and my job. I didn't, and I don't have the urgency to go and work. And because I really wanted to focus on my trading because I see such huge upside potential in this opportunity, I simply decided to leave and come back to Portugal. This is in no way a video for me to tell you, oh, look at me, do the same thing as me, look at me, I'm so successful. No, not at all. We both have our own story and our stories are always going to be different. Your background is completely different to mine. No matter how similar we are always going to be different. But look at your own story and decide where do you want to go and what is the path that you can take. Set your goals and create your own path, no matter what it is. Have a great life, everyone.